Okay, and go. Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the extra RDPM channel. So, I know I haven't really posted on this channel in a couple weeks, but I don't know, I've just been trying to settle back with the YouTube stuff. But we're back today, and we're doing something I don't normally do. Yes, we are doing a tier list, which is kind of my go-to for this channel. But listen, Once Upon a Time characters. Now you might wonder, what the hell is a Once Upon a Time? Basically, Once Upon a Time is this TV show I'm really into. So it's about okay, if you don't know Once Upon a Time like that, it's kind of hard to explain. But it's like so if you see the movie Enchanted, it's pretty much like that. So it depends on the seasons you're watching. So I'm gonna basically do not watch this if you're not a Once Upon a Time viewer, because I'm really gonna geek nerd out in this video. So, yeah, basically I'm a very avid viewer. I was gonna do a iceberg, but I couldn't find any online, and I don't, like, if it makes sense, I can't really make icebergs like that unless I'm, like, know every single thing. That's why the only icebergs I can really make are stuff that I make, because that's the only stuff I know every single detail about, and I feel like I wouldn't know, like, the deepest facts about Once Upon a Time, so. I looked all over Reddit, all over, I forgot, but it's the one that starts with a Q. Um, I looked all over all these platforms, Twitter, everything, but I just couldn't find one. So yeah, but yeah, today, we got. Yeah, I don't know why this is like this. Hold up. Also, this video isn't gonna be like edited like a lot, so if you're wondering why there's not gonna be a lot of cuts, this is why. So basically, the tier got the best, great, good, okay, terrible, who. But then I added one actually. I think this was Matt or something, but I did not in the show enough because I thought there are some characters who just weren't in the show enough for me to properly like give a good rating to. And yeah, so that's what this is. And then who is, I guess, characters you don't know. I think I'll know everybody because I've been watching the show pretty much. Yeah, so there might be a couple. There might be a couple I don't know. Okay, just jeez. Okay, we're gonna fully nerd out in this video. Okay, King Midas. So, to my knowledge, King Midas was only in somewhat of the um first and second season. So this is what I mean, because this is for people who weren't in the show enough. I'll do brackets. Because this is like, okay, so I want to do this based on two things. So I want to do it based off of, they could have been a good character, but they just weren't in the show enough. But I also want to do it, they just weren't in enough for me to, like, yeah, I think I'll add a row below, and then I'll do, like, freaking, I don't know. Wasn't in the show enough. Okay, I'll change this to couldn't, that's not how you spell couldn't. Could not show their okay, I'm definitely cutting this part out. So yeah, I made this. So this is could not show their potential. Basically, this bud is basically just not in the show enough. So yeah, just two now. So this person basically, this tier will be for people who weren't in the show enough, but at the same time, they could have been good characters, but they didn't show their potential. And this one is just not in the show enough. Period. King Midas goes here. I feel like King Midas would have kind of been like he would have been like just a boring character in my opinion, if he was in the show a lot. So, yeah, I don't think he's like an amazing character. He just would have been kind of boring. He would have been a repetitive character, I think. And there was no like real character. I don't know. They're just. I don't think with these characters like these who are in like somewhat of like the first and second season, I don't think you could do much with these characters because they're like, because these are just filler. These are characters you need partly. So yeah, King Midas was in like, I think mainly he was in the one where him and King George had to make a deal for like the wealth of King George's kingdom, and then he was also in the storyline of Frederick, if you guys remember that, where it's like, I forgot her name, but his daughter, she'll probably be on the list, but his daughter, essentially, was his daughter was gonna marry Charming, or her daughter's boyfriend was touched by King Midas, and if you don't know anything about Midas, if you touch him, it turns to gold. So I don't know if King Midas is the fairy tale, or if like Midas, like this is gonna sound so cringe, but like the Fortnite Midas, if you get what I mean, like yeah. Okay. Ruth. Ooh, Ruth. I'm gonna give her an okay. Because there are gonna be characters who are gonna be an okay tier. This tier is mainly for people who are in the show, but they were like, I feel like okay will be for people who are in the show, but mostly just for like another character's plot. Ruth, like realistically, characters like Ruth will have no other meaning, I guess, except to be in just for Charming's story. So like Ruth will really mean nothing. Okay, I like Prince Henry's one of my favorites. I'm gonna put him good. Again, I would put him here, but he was a side character, and he did. I think I'm gonna put him here. He's kind of like in the middle of this and this, if that makes sense. So these two, he's in the middle of these two. He's like he was could not show their potential because again there were no stories by himself. But I did like him because he was in a lot more than Ruth was, because Ruth was just in the Charming. I guess he was only in a what's it called, Evil Queen. But like there were episodes where Prince Henry was trying to convince, where Henry was trying to convince like Regina not to do certain things and stuff. So I feel like he had a bigger part than Ruth, because Ruth was just there to be like kind of just a weak, frail woman, in my opinion. Ruth was just a weak woman, where Prince Henry was actually like the main man. So yeah, next we got Maleficent. I can't say that. M. Let's just call her M. Um. Ooh, this is where we get controversial. I didn't really like her. I'm not gonna lie. She's okay. She's top of okay. Actually, let me put. Okay, I know this is. I wrote below. Do. Meh. So I feel like Ruth is, or not Ruth, fuck, Maleficent, because I don't want to put her here because these characters were like barely in the show. So with her, it's like, I can't, I'm gonna delete this row actually. Delete row. I guess Maleficent went back down here. Oh, she just disappeared. Did she get deleted or she at like the bottom? Okay, let's bring her back up. Okay, Maleficent will go in good because I didn't really like the character in some parts. Like, I didn't like her with the whole daughter plot. I never liked the Lily stuff with the show. Um, I guess she was also kind of a filler character at points. Her only big season was the whole author stuff, with the author storyline. Her only big thing, and then she kind of just disappeared. So yeah, I'm gonna put her okay, because again, she was not in a lot of storylines. So yeah, Jefferson. Now this will be our first character in what probably my favorite tier, which is could not show their potential. I don't think he could show his potential, because listen to me, right? He was the making of what it could have been one of the greatest characters in the show. He was the Mad Hatter. I feel like he was a really good character. He would have been like a really good, like one of the mains. Okay, he would have been like a good, for example, who's a character who he could have like would be the equivalent of him. I'm trying to think in my head right now. Okay, I guess kind of like a Belle in a sense. No, that's a bad comparison. He could have been like a good side main character. So I'm trying to think of a character who's kind of like that. I guess in a sense, August before like he became like a main frontliner. So when August was there helping Emma and stuff, but he wasn't like the main character. I feel like he could have been one of those characters who was just like in the sidelines, but he was also like there for people who needed him. But yeah, I feel like Jefferson was a decent ass character. Yeah. Okay, the blue fairy. She was a sidekick. I'm gonna put her, yeah, here. She wasn't in enough for one of them, but she was mainly like a side guy. I don't think. I also didn't like her. I felt her a little self righteous and just like, I'm so holy, man. She just, yeah, Blue Fairy just wasn't my cup of tea. But I feel like with these two, it's like they just never had like plots by themselves enough, in my opinion. So yeah. Geppetto, the steer, because Geppetto's whole thing was just Pinocchio. Let's be for real, guys. It's just Pinocchio. That was his whole point of the show. He was a side character until they introduced August. Okay, and then after they introduced August, he had like a couple episodes maybe that were about him that were decent. So yeah, not in the show enough. And yeah, with these two characters, they can't really do like with this tier. It's like people who weren't in the show enough, but also they just couldn't do anything to further their character. So Doctor Whale, hmm, yeah, I'll put it here because my thing with Whale was, in my eyes, always a pretty good character. He was always like, oh, you know what? He's decent, you know. But I found the Frankenstein stuff kind of boring. And then I think he went on to do a show or something, and he couldn't like be there. He could only be there like occasionally. And that happened to quite a few of the actors in this. So I feel like if he was in it more, he might have been here. But yeah, he also his story was kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah. Cinderella, I'm gonna put her in here as well. So yeah, she obviously did have some main points, but I feel like she was not. I wouldn't say underused. She was kind of underused. Yeah, she's there for what, like the Cinderella, so the one where she was giving birth. The one where she gave birth, and then the one with her evil stepsister. Those are the only two I can like remember that were about her. So yeah, she was not in the show enough, and I feel like she was like a almost like I think she's top of this list because they could have done stuff with her character. She could have been one of the main people in the show, okay, but they just didn't do enough with her. So yeah, Catherine. Bro, why am I putting so many people in this tier? Is she terrible? I didn't like her in the fairy tale land, so I didn't like her in like the magic forest, but I did like her decently as like story. But again, they just forgot about her after the curse broke because they only needed her to be like Charming's wife. They only needed her to be like Charming's like filler wife to make Snow White and Mary Margaret upset. Mm. Yeah, I have to put her here because they could have done stuff with her character realistically. They could have made her character more interesting, more up to date. Like, they could have done. I feel like with her, actually, I'm gonna put her. I think she had a lot more potential than Cinderella did. I think Cinderella had more potential actually. That's a good place for Catherine. Oh, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I might put a King George. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna put him here. I don't think he could not show his potential. Obviously, he showed his potential as like a villain. I guess he wasn't a lot more than a lot of them, but uh, I guess they couldn't do a lot with his character, if that makes sense. Because the only real reason was just to be like the villain for Charming. At the end of the day, she was only there to be the villain for Charming. There was really nothing else for King George in the series, in my eyes. Leroy. I'm putting good. Yeah, crazy. He was a side character, but he was one of the good side. So there were gonna be. I guess Blue Fairy would also be in that like area where it's like, oh, that's a cool side character. Because the first two seasons, I would say he was a pretty good running up character. He became good. He became kind of the leader of the dwarfs, and yeah, I think he's a good character overall. Now, I forgot the angel's name, or not the angel, the fairy. But there was a fairy with him. It was the love of his life, and this always pissed me off about it. That was one of my favorite in the first seasons. that was one of my favorite storylines because I feel like Leroy or Grumpy, whatever you want to call him, could have been my legit favorite character. One of my favorite, like he could be in like my top three. If if he did stories by himself, and if him and his fairy, that fairy actually fell in love, but they forgot about it. They forgot about the character, man. They forgot about her. Pissed me off to this day. They forgot about her, and they just didn't give a shit about Leroy. It's just him and his brothers. So it's like, Granny, Granny. She also goes in this tier where it's like she was only really her main stuff was just that one Red Riding Hood episode. Realistically, she was just kind of like the comic relief, and she was in like the whole show to be honest. So I don't think there was a single season where I was like where Granny wasn't in it. But I guess I'm actually gonna move her to okay because there's not a lot you can do with Granny, and oh my gosh, this kind of looks like elder abuse. No. But granted, there's also not a lot you could do with her character that doesn't involve Red Riding Hood, and Red, I believe, left. I forgot when she left, but she left, and then when she left, Granny just had no purpose, realistically. So, yeah, Gatson. Who's Gates? Oh, Gaston! I was like, who's Gas? Huh. Now, this might be a little bit of a controversial. I'm gonna put him here. I'll put him above all of these characters. What? Why? But Gaston going down in the show enough? No, because Gaston was in 2 episodes, right? He was in the first Rumpelstiltskin Belle episode, right? But he was also in the world one. Was it called the Underworld? Yeah, it was called the Underworld. I'm sorry. But yeah, so he was in the Underworld, and his character was like, oh, his character was so deep. Like, he was Belle's love interest, but Belle's only supposed to love people who's like, eh. He's only supposed to love people who are good, and he was obviously an evil character, so he only married her because then I feel like if they did more stuff with Gaston, it would have been he would have been like up here. He would have been okay. I think he would have been a good character, honestly, if they did more like stuff with him and Belle. Yeah, that would have been dope as hell. Okay. Next character is First terrible. First terrible, and she's a big character. Okay, why do I email? She's so self-righteous as well. She's like the Blue Fairy, just more self-righteous. She's also like, because that's what a hero. She tries to change Rumple way too much times, and I feel like with her and Rumple's relationship, the only time I really like enjoyed it was when the first season when she was like the prisoner because like Rumple wasn't a little bitch. No, joking. But they're the first season, and then probably in the this might be funny, but I also liked her in season 6 because the relationship was good. Because in that season, it's like she hated Rumple because of the whole. Um, she hated Rumple because of his darkness, and he didn't want to corrupt his son. But then I loved Rumple in that season because he's like, I don't give a shit what you think about me. You. And I really liked that about that season. I just always hated Belle. I think I never really hated Prisoner Belle until the later seasons. The beginning season of Prisoner Belle, I just had, I was like, whatever. But then in Storybrooke, once the whole, I think the first time Belle left Rumple, it was reasonable, but after that, like the whole Will stuff, that's when she started getting annoying for me. And yeah, the whole Burke room shit is just annoying. Okay, the magic mirror. Yeah. Wasn't it a show enough? He's close to being in this tier. They did a whole episode about him. He was the genie. And then, other shit happened with him. Like, he was in love with Regina, which I always didn't get to a extent because he's like, he hated Regina as well. Like, he loved Regina in the whole Storybrooke. Like, he loved Regina when it was like under the curse. After the curse, still loved her. And then, for some reason, he just stopped. Just stopped loving her. It was so weird, man. But yeah. Okay, Ruby. Where are you gonna go? I'm gonna go you with good. I didn't always like Ruby. I hated her in that one episode in the Underworld where with Dorothy. I hated her in that episode. But she was good. I mean, I guess she was always like, okay. I didn't really care about her. Her plots were okay. Her plots were always okay and stuff. I know I'm saying, oh, it's okay, but yeah, this okay is like, eh. Okay, you know what? Let me change some stuff up here. Okay. Oh shit. Change this to yeah. Okay. Wait. No. I'm done. Meh. Oh shit. I can't type meh, and then you will be okay now. Okay. It's like, okay, you're there, I guess. That's what that is gonna be now. So yeah, okay, meh, great's the best. So, so yeah, that is that. So Rumpelstiltskin, honestly, he is the GOAT. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Rumpelstiltskin, best character in the whole ass show. I know it's probably not it's not a hot take at the end of the day. I think it's very mainstream if you say like Rumpel's my favorite. It's a very mainstream answer, but like, come on, how can you not love season 1 and 2? Like, Dark Rumpelstiltskin. I only didn't like him from probably season 6, I would say. Season 6 is when I just disliked him a lot because the whole Belle stuff was just annoying. Yeah, oh, but bro, when Rumple had the best lines, the actor delivered the best lines. Like, I feel like he's the best actor in the show. Yeah, Rumple is sick. And even in the 7th season, I liked him. Because he went to, like, even when he was under the curse, he was badass. And then, bro, once my man leveled up, but then when he found out he was Rumpelstiltskin, he was like, he did not care anymore, bro. He did not care. And then Wish Rumple was also goaded. Like, Rumpelstiltskin, you rascallion. Graham, you're going here. You might go here, actually. You'll go here. Yeah, wasn't in the show enough, as I said. If they didn't kill him off, he could have been a decent character. Obviously, I like the fact that they killed him off, though. It shows that Regina just does not give two shits about anything. So, yeah. Okay, next we got Archie, the crickets. Yeah. Again, I'm actually gonna move him down to this tier. He could be in this tier, but like they needed to do more episodes of him. So at the beginning, he was obviously the con. I feel like if they did more Backflash episodes, so back to the Enchanted Forest with Jiminy Cricket, it would have been like I could vibe with you, but I feel like he just became the therapist, and it was just annoying. His character was just like the therapist. It's kind of trash. I'm not gonna get okay. Pinocchio. Uh, yeah, you're going in okay actually. So you might be like, but he's this or this. No, okay, listen to me. Pinocchio had one good purpose. One. And I don't want to hear anything about it. His only purpose was to get Emma to believe. After that, he became boring. He had one other episode. The episode with the dragon. That's literally the only other episode my man had. He was in, like, he made small appearances in a couple episodes. Like, he was there in the, the author episodes. Then he was there for that one episode in season 6 where it was like, the author, or not the author, sorry. He was in 2 episodes of season 6, sorry. He was in, oh god, he was in the one with how Charming's father died, and then he was in the one and then he was in the when Emma went to the Wish Realm. So yeah, he kind of became lackluster. He kind of became a background character. Prince James, so he would be in here. He would be in here or here, but I'm gonna put him meh. I'm gonna put him in meh tier because Prince James, he got there because of the Underworld episode. And they did actually, to be fair, they did more episodes with Prince James than they did with Graham or Gaston. Okay, Prince James had a couple of. I think he had 3 ones I can remember off the top of my head. He had the Underworld one, he had the Beanstalk one, and then he had the one where he dies. Those are like the 3 main mofos I remember. He probably had more than that. But yeah, Prince James, dope ass character. Prince Charming. Where am I gonna put your dumbass? I don't like Charming or Snow. But I'm gonna be for real. He's a meh character. He's definitely right here though. With Charming, he was so self-righteous and annoying, but he was a little bit better than Snow White. I'm not gonna lie. Charming was a little bit better. He was like, yeah, Charming was okay. I don't know really what to say about Charming. He was an okay character. I don't feel like they could have done anything to better his character. It's just like there's like nothing you could do about okay, with this row and this row, there's nothing you can really do to the character. It's just like my like personal preference. With these two, it's like okay, you could change with this row, it's like, yeah, you could change some things about the character to make them better, but besides that they're fine. With this row, I feel like it's not like with some of them, it's like okay, you could have put him in more once by himself. Could have made you couldn't really do anything with her. But this robe is mainly like there's nothing you could change. It's just my personal preference, and that's like the main thing is with Charming. Like there's nothing you could change about him to make a better character for me. He was just annoying as hell, and I just didn't like. I just don't like those characters. So yeah, Snow White, you're also clean and terrible. I put two of the main characters terrible. Okay, here's why. He's a prick. No, I'm joking. I'm putting him here because he just, she's just annoying as well. She's like, oh, Gina, na, 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 na," and she's just, her character's just trash. I don't know what to say about it, man. Her character's awful. She's a bad person to Regina a lot. She's like, she's just unlikable in so many ways, bro. I could write a whole ass essay where she's the worst character in the show. You know what? Maybe I will do it. If this video gets 3 likes, I will make an essay video on why she is the worst character in the fucking series. So yeah, there you go. Henry. Okay, if we were talking about adult Henry, I don't know if adult Henry's on this list. So hypothetically, if he's not on this list, if he is on the list, we'll lower him. But I'm gonna put him okay as a character. You know, I'll put him in great because Adult Henry was likable. Adult Henry was definitely likable, and he had some good points. Young Henry was just I hated him so much. Now, the reason I like them too so desperately is because this is something I didn't like about the last season of Once Upon a Time. They should have just made a spin-off show with this because it felt like two different shows. It just didn't feel like Once Upon a Time anymore, and that's something I feel like they just failed at. It just didn't feel like Once Upon a Time anymore. This felt like entirely different. The seventh season just felt like a different show. I feel like if they ended it in season 6, and then they did a spin-off show called like Once Upon Henry or something stupid like that, then it would have been a good. Then it would be good. But it's because it was the 7th season, so that's why he's great. Actually, I'm gonna put him okay. I'm gonna put him in okay because I don't feel like he's a great character. He is not a great character under any necessary. Okay, Regina. As Regina, she's meh. If I'm being honest. This people are gonna like Once Upon a Time fans are gonna be like the only thing I think people can really agree with are a couple of this row, Rumpelstiltskin, a couple of this row, blah blah blah. With Regina, she was just boring. Okay, you know what? I'll put her in okay. I'll put her top of okay because later seasons she was I hated. I did not like her in the later seasons. The first I'll say season so what was the last storyline? So what was the storyline after the Peter Pan storyline? Was that the Zelena storyline? I think it was the Zelena storyline. So I'll say until so after the Zelena, around the ending of the Zelena storyline. So the ending of the Zelena storyline is when she stopped being a good character. From season 1 to the Zelena storyline, throughout the Zelena storyline, she was a great character. She would have been right here, maybe right here, but she just wasn't good. She wasn't a good. She was like not an overall good character in the rest of the show, so I can't put her there. I know I looked through this list before just to see if the Evil Queen was here to be like, okay, how good is this list? So the Evil Queen is here, so I'll also rate her. But if it was Regina and the Evil Queen, then because see, this isn't overall on the show. This isn't just like specific. See, because if this is season like 1, she would be at the top as well. Charming, like if this was season 1, a lot of these characters would be in a lot of different places. So, Emma. I'll put her in great, I'll put her in great. I don't think she's good. She's a little like, yeah. Yeah. She kind of has a big ego. I'm not gonna lie. She has a big ego. She's kind of disrespectful in some circumstances. But she just pisses me off. Also, the whole shit with Henry, that pissed me off so much when she's like, "That's my son. You have no right." And then when the curse broke, and it's just like, "Oh, I don't think Emma needs to tell you anything about Henry." It's just like, just because a curse broke, don't mean that she owns Henry again. She did not have anything. She didn't care about the curse. All she cared about was Henry. Because there was a point, I believe it was after the, probably the Peter Pan storyline, I would say, is when she actually started caring about her, like Charming and Snow. Before then, she only gave a shit about Henry. Like, let's not lie and be like, Emma always cared about everybody all the time, because she only really cared about Henry until, like, the Peter Pan storyline. So, yeah. Zozo. You're here. We haven't put a character there for a while, so Zozo can go there. The Dark One before Rumple, so that's cool. I saw this video where he's like he was only the Dark One for a decade, where he hated his life, and Rumple was a something like Rumple might have been like the longest lasting Dark One, which is obviously good for the show, but like I don't know. Zozo just yeah. Will, I really liked Will, but of course he was in the Once Upon a what's it called? Oh my god, what was it called? I think it was Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. And yeah, I didn't watch that show. Yeah, every character who's in Once Upon a Wonderland is gonna go in this tier because I didn't watch that show. Kate Naveen, he was the guy from the whole Princess and the Frog stuff. Put him in there. Yeah. Yeah. I do not remember you. Jack, he was a good. This might be this could be a very controversial take. Where did I put him? Did I put him in this tier? Where is he? Oh, there. Oh, nah, bro. I'm gonna put him in okay. I'm gonna put him top of okay. I'm changing okay to good now. I do not care, bro. Change this. So, oh my god, bro. He was just. Oh, Jack! He was such a fire character. His whole storyline was fire. He's the reason, one of the main reasons that they all believed who they were. He wasn't Jack and the Beanstalk. He was, I believe, what was it, Gretel? Hansel? He was either I never. Oh wait, I just put the who. Okay, he was Hansel. Oh, he was like the Wish Realm Hansel. That was fire. He's such a fire character that like I don't think there's a lot you could tell me that won't convince me that Hansel, fire character in that show, fire in those episodes. Like he was probably my favorite in the whole like that era of them. Him or Wishbone Hook was also. Tilly was also there. Yeah, the win. Oh, not Wishbone. Sorry, I'm in season 7. So the whole season 7 stuff, yo, that might I might put them above some characters in this. I also obviously story wise, I don't prefer season 7 over like seasons 1 through 6. It's just character wise, I might like some characters in there more than I like some characters from the main story. So yeah, Dr. Facilier, I'll put him here because he wasn't used enough. But he was used a decent amount because I like Dr. Facilier. I like the whole him and Regina stuff was also sick. Oh, he wanted to be the Dark One. He was like one of the first characters who wanted to kill Rumpel to be the Dark One because I think the only other person I can think of is Hook, who killed who wanted to kill Rumpel just for his revenge. And then I think Cora also wanted to kill Rumpel to become the Dark One to get his power and stuff. But yeah, Dr. Facilier and Cora are the only two characters I remember who actually wanted to kill Rumpel to get his power, which is pretty cool. Mother Gothel, I'm not gonna lie, I did not like her character. She was so. I didn't like her. I'll put her meh strictly because I find her character fast. I find her like story fascinating. She was older than she was on Earth until the second like evolution, which I think is a really interesting thing. So she's like the oldest, one of the oldest ones in the main storyline that there will ever be. So yeah, I found that quite interesting. Wait, I just want to see, did they not include some of those? Well, the thing about tier lists, yeah, that's the thing about tier lists though, because They'll just put random characters. We still have a lot of characters to go, you know. Okay. Who's this? Chiqua, you can go with Terrible. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like her. But that's mainly because you know what, I'll put her this just because she wasn't used enough. She wasn't used enough. Okay, Tiana, she was funny. She was like she was like a good version of Snow, essentially. Or not Snow. She's like a good version of Red Riding Hood. She was like a better version of Red Riding Hood. So, I'll put you in great, you know. I think she was a great character. I really liked her. Rapunzel, she was not used enough at all. She was what? I think she was in one episode. Lizard. I think that has to be from Once Upon a Time in Wonderland because I didn't know her that character. Drizella. She was interesting. I didn't like her a lot. I think Meh. I think Meh's a good tier to go with her. Cause with Drizella, she was just kind of. She was such a weak character. I'm sorry. She wasn't physically weak. She couldn't do shit. Gisela, like, I like her more than, like, the Gisela in the main storyline, but, like, obviously, like, she was just weak. She couldn't do anything. The only thing I think she ever wanted to do was be, like, accepted by her mother. Something where it's like she wasn't second favorite to her mother. Or she just never liked her mother. I forgot that story, but she was just weak. Also, that's another thing I liked about season 7. They went really deep with, like, the whole Cinderella stuff, which I thought was interesting. Thought it was interesting because they barely paid attention to Cinderella in seasons 1 through 6. Jacinda, she's here. Matt is like the tier because these two are just they weren't used enough, so this tiers aren't. But this, yeah, this is like this should be here essentially. Can I move this at all or no? Yeah, I can't. But yeah, Matt is basically just right beside Terrible. These two tiers are like right here. This is like right above Terrible. Ow! Fuck! Ow! What the fuck did I do to my leg? Ow. Oh. Fuck. I'm sorry, yo, I just moved my leg the wrong way. Oh, God. I just moved it in a way I shouldn't be moving. I'm standing up right now to do this, sadly, because I just can't. Wait, let me try to sit down. Ugh. Okay, yeah, I just moved my leg the wrong way. Oh, God, that hurt. Okay, Tilly. Sick character. Great character. Great character. I put more character great than I did the original series. Listen, there just aren't a lot of great. Like, their characters were good. It just wasn't a good series. I feel like the characters from season 7 were more interesting, but the story was less interesting. It's so weird. The characters from the original series a lot more interesting than the characters from season 7. But the story was a lot more. The season 1 through 6, the story was a lot interesting. But season 7, the characters were more interesting. It's how I see it. Okay, Lucy, you were terrible. You were like a worse Henry. Tiger Lily, you were not shown enough. Wishram Hook, you were amazing. I'm not gonna count. I really like them. That's kind of biased though. I'll put you here. I'll put you here. Wishram Hook, I love that character. He was sick. He was a good character. He was a well-rounded character. They definitely. I wish it wasn't Wishram though. It was interesting that they brought Wishram into the whole storyline. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's kind of weird. Wishram Rumple. Oh, he was like an eviler Rumple, which I think in itself is good. I can't put him this tier though. I don't think he's like these characters. But yeah, Wishram Rumple, amazing character. He was like he was just like a so much darker version of Rumple. Also, I think people don't realize it's like he in the 7th season said something about like you want to give up your power just for Belle, but he lost Belle. In the Wish Realm, Regina killed Belle. So that's kind of crazy, man. Wish Realm Robin. I actually like Robin as a character, which makes me hate this version of Robin Hood. I'll put him here just because they did him and the Evil Queen are like together, so that's something I think was good, and it kind of did his character a little bit better towards the end. But yeah, in that regard, he just wasn't a good character in my eyes. Okay, Wish Realm Henry. Oh, you are terrible, bro. I hated you. I hated you more than original Henry. Crazy. Black Fairy. I'm not gonna lie. She was evil, but she just was kind of. She was just weird. I don't know. She was weird, man. She was a weird character. I didn't like her a lot. I feel like part of me not liking her is just my dislike towards season 6. Season 6 is what a lot of people say. Oh, that's the last good season. Now, season 5 is the last good season of Once Upon a Time. Okay, season 6 was straight god. It was trash. Okay, I did not like anything that happened in season 5. The story was whack. I guess they tried to do like the Rumpelstiltskin's mom kidnaps Gideon. No, 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 no. That was fine. Whatever. It was just a whack ass story, bro. I liked season 7 more than season 6. I honestly think. I honestly think I like season 7 more than 6. I don't know, man. Amara, I remember her name, but I don't remember who she was. I don't remember who the fuck that was. I'm not gonna cap. Ooh, we got Robert. Hook. I liked him a lot more than I liked Charming himself. I'll put you here. I think you were a mech character. I'm gonna put Melissa Finn in front of you, actually. He was okay. Obviously, he tried to do stuff for his children. He was underused, though. He was only in one episode. Let's put. You can't go in that tier, actually, because you were using one episode, lad. Just for Hook's story. Holy shit, there's still a lot. Oh my god, how many characters are in this damn show? Okay, Nemo. Definitely here, Nemo was actually, fun fact, probably my top 10 characters. I really liked the character of Nemo. I felt like he was interesting. And it's cool that they brought Finding Nemo into it. Like, obviously, it wasn't like a Finding Nemo story, but it kind of was, because he was finding people who were lost in life, finding people who were just lost and just caught up in revenge and just didn't have anywhere in life, and then he helped them find a place. So in a sense, it's kind of like Nemo, Finding Nemo. But yeah, I really liked the character of Nemo. Jasmine, yeah, yeah. I'll put a bottom of that just because Jasmine was just annoying. She was annoying. I hated her whole thing with Aladdin being like, "I need to be a good princess, man." It's like she was annoying. She wasn't more annoying than Snow. Calm down. But yeah. Actually, I'm gonna put Snow last on this list. I liked these two way more than Snow. Count of Mon. Oh, he is right. He was such a dope character. I love this guy. I saw watching the show back for the second time in like a row, and bro, that character was just so dope. I don't know, something about that mofo, bro. Something about Count of Monte Cristo. Like, oh, he was fucking sick. He was such a cool like guy. Yeah. Okay, Oracle. Yeah, he were not used. He were one episode. Gideon. Okay, are we talking adult Gideon or baby Gideon? Yeah, both are terrible. I hated this character so damn much. It's just like I need to kill him. I also don't like how the actor portrayed him. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like how the actor portrayed him. He just wasn't. He wasn't good. I didn't like him. There's nothing more to say. Okay, Aladdin. Where am I putting you, Aladdin? I'll put you, man. I'll put you like, I'll put you here. I'll put you right above Ruth. Yeah, Aladdin was like, I guess he gave me actual like Aladdin from the cartoon vibes, which I quite liked. So yeah, Evil Queen. Where are you going? You're gonna go in meh. Yeah, I didn't really like her because I'm thinking this isn't Evil Queen. Okay, when I say Evil Queen, okay, you know what? You are above Charming. But yeah, okay, all the characters here I think are good places. Actually, let me just put all of these mofos in front of. Actually, nah. You know what? That's fine. This is a fine tier right now. Okay, with the Evil Queen, it was just the fact that her plot was annoying. I didn't like her whole thing with Rumpel. That was just weird. And then Zelina, I just didn't like her character story. I guess altogether she was a good character. So if we're counting fairy tale, let's count fairy tales. She is right here. If we're counting fairy tales, she's essentially right here. Because, yeah, she's the evil queen, so the evil queen that was in the Magic Forest, the Enchanted Forest. So, yeah, if we're counting that, we'll count it. I was just counting the season 6 plot for a second there, but, like, yeah. Yeah. Are there any other characters who are going to be goated? That's the big question. There's probably only one. Dr. Hyde. Oh, bro. Yeah. Okay, here's my thing with that. Story. That story was kind of trash, I'm not gonna lie. But his character was so sick. I loved Dr. Hyde, or Mr. Hyde, sorry, as a character. Mr. Hyde was just such a, like, fascinating guy. It's like, he's supposed to be, like, the evil version, like, the no feelings version of Dr. Forgot his name, was it Heichel, I feel like it was? Dr. Jekyll, sorry, Jekyll. He was supposed to be the no feelings version of Dr. Jekyll, but somehow he became just feeling. He was such a good guy. I might have to move him to good, just because he was only used in that one storyline. But he was such a, yeah. I'm gonna have to move him to good. He just wasn't in it enough. Sorry, Doctor. Sorry, Miss. Dr. Jekyll, I feel like everybody feels the same about him. He's meh. Who are you above? You are above Jasmine and Robin. Those are the only people you're above, Doctor. I'm sorry. Okay, what the hell? Zeus, bro, you were not even in the damn show. You were in one episode. Miyagara, yeah, again, she was one of those characters who were like, she's here. She was in one episode of The Underworld. Hercules was also one episode, but I just didn't like him. He kind of was like a boy Snow to me. Oh, bro. Oh, bro. I'll have to put him here. Hercules was so dope. Oh, bro, I'm putting Hercules above these motherfuckers. He manipulated the shit out of Zelina. Holy shit. He might have actually loved Zelina. That's the thing. To this day, I don't know if he actually loved Zelina or if he only did everything he did so he could get back to the overworld. But I think he did, because I feel like if he didn't actually love Zelina, then he wouldn't. Because he wanted to rule Storybrooke. So I feel like if he didn't love Zelina, he would want to rule Olympus instead. But he was such a sick character. I feel like they could have done a spin-off of Zeus, Hercules. I feel like they could have done Once Upon a Greek Gods. Like I feel like that would have been like a sick series of Hades, Zeus, like, and freaking what's his name? Olympic god. He's probably in this tier list, but the god of the ocean, Poseidon, was also there, which is also one of the brothers. Was also Ursula's dad, so that's pretty cool. Liam, not in the show enough. I'm sorry. No. Margaret, which was Robin. Ooh, she was also a baby at some point. Also a baby. Let's put you in there. Because you were using like 2 storylines. You were using the first line. She's kind of like a couple, but like Tilly's a good half, where she was an interesting ass character. I did not like Robin at all. Nimue. Yeah, not even show enough. Violet, she was annoying. She was annoying as hell. And she was also a side character. So, I'm gonna have to put you right here. I feel like I'd like Jasmine more, realistically. I think I'm gonna put you up a couple. You're definitely above him. I think you're above him. I can't put you anymore, but I'm sorry, my G. Okay, Guinevere. She was interesting. She's obviously under a spell, but yeah, once again, is a mech character. I'll put you above Jekyll. How about that? Merida, she was annoying as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, a lot of these are going to Merida, but like, yep. Yeah. You were what's part of freaking stupid, shitty King Arthur. He's an interesting character. I'm gonna put him good. Where should I put you? Let's put you here. King Arthur was interesting because obviously he was good. He just did evil. He was supposed to be good. He wanted to kill Merlin at one point. I didn't, for some reason, I just didn't think he wanted to kill Merlin the first time I watched. But then he had his redemption in the Underworld where he's like, I was prophesized to fix a broken kingdom. I think this is the kingdom. So he's helping everybody, and then he's going to get his happy ending. Or his move on. Pretty cool. That's also probably my favorite plotline in Once Upon a Time. The Underworld. That was a sick-ass plotline. Merlin! One of my favorites, I would say. Maybe I'll do like a top 10 favorite Once Upon a Time characters video. There's 2 videos I said today. I forgot the other one I mentioned. I think it was... I did top 10 characters, and then I did... Oh, S.A.Y. hates Snow White. You weren't enough, though, sadly. I'll put you... here. Behind Dr. Facilier. Oh, she was Cruella de Vil's mother. Interesting character. Interesting. Again, wasn't used enough. I'll put you here. Okay, the author. I'm gonna have to put him. Great. Great ass character. They kind of ruined them a bit with the whole, when he escaped in season 6, one of my least favorite season, by the way. When he escaped in season 6, that was a time where I was like, okay. You are officially my least favorite. You were one of, they kind of ruined it with the joking stuff. Like, he devoted his life to this shit, and now what's he doing now? Writing stupid stories? Like, bro, because what is he about though? Dude, he was, ugh, ugh. Poseidon, as I said. He was mad because, I'll put him here actually. He was not used enough. Cruella, she is an interesting ass character. I'll put her good, definitely above Ruby. I'm gonna move Ruby to meh actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Over there. Yeah, Cruella, interesting character indeed. So who's next? See, I'm speedrunning this now. Lily. Oh my gosh, I did not like her at all. Obviously, you will go behind though. Lily did not like her as a character whatsoever. She was annoying as hell when she was a kid with Emma. Annoying when she was an adult. Annoying. They just forgot about her. So yeah, The Apprentice. I like The Apprentice. He might be in my top 10 list. You know. I'll put you. Right. I like him more than Jack, I would say. Actually, you could go above Mr. Hyde. Nah, you're there. You're there. Yeah, that's a good place for you. Hans, you were barely at the show. Ingrid. Oh, she was okay. She was okay as a character, realistically. She was okay. I didn't mind her. I didn't like her that much. But she was barely in the show. The Rabbit. Don't know you. Bo Peep. She was barely in the damn show. Kristoff, again. I like them. I'll put him, like, Mac. I'll put him this tier. I'll put him in the tier. Could actually the potential. I liked him. I liked Kristoff. I feel like they could have done a lot with, like, a backstory of the whole Frozen stuff. But at the same time, I feel like some of it... Now, this is something I found cool about the Frozen plotline. Is that they did the whole, I think the cartoon movie of Frozen actually happened. And then there's just some stuff that didn't happen. So everything with the cartoon actually happened. But then there's other stuff that didn't happen. So like Kristoff and David being friends. Like obviously that wasn't in freaking Frozen. But there were stuff that happened before the Frozen stuff. That's canon. So I like that. I like that. Grandpappy, yeah, you were not used enough, buddy. Anna, I will put her where I put Kristoff actually. She was a bit annoying at times, but she was fun. Terrible. I hated Elsa so fucking much. Holy shit, Elsa pissed me off. She was just annoying. Like, she was about to kill everybody in the town at one point, and she was like, nah, screw Emma. Screw you, Elsa. Nobody likes you. Felix! You were freaking Pan's boyfriend. You could go above Doctor. You could go above Margaret. How about that? Do you like that place for you, Felix? Dorothy, she was barely in the damn show. She was as a kid and then as like early adult. Glinda? Who was Glinda? Was she the stupid? She was Zelina's mofo. Not in the show enough. Blackbeard. He was boring. I'm not gonna lie. He was a boring ass character. Lumiere was not in the show enough. The Sultan. The Sultan? I don't fucking know, man. Zelina. She is right above. She's right there. I feel like she's not better than Regina as a character. Ha! Regina's better at you than another thing. She's ahead of you on RDPM's list, so take that, Selena. Okay. Ursula. Yeah, here. She's once again in this category. And I saw a list, Watch Mojo. Bro, I have beef with that list. They said Ursula was an underused character. They could have done more with her. That is some BS, because this is my thoughts on her. Right? She left the show because her story finished. Her story was pretty much summarized. She was like, okay, she was another version of, okay. With Jefferson, there was more you could do with his character. His story was not over. What happened? Him and his daughter, like, you never found out. Does his daughter just leave his Storybrooke family? Just be with Jefferson? Do they split custody? There could have been a whole thing about that. Also could have been a lot more with the Mad Hatter stuff, but I guess they did the Wonderland storyline stuff. But then, there's also the characters like Kristoff, where you saw an ending. There would be no freaking... There'd be no reason to have Kristoff in any other episodes unless it was past. Like, realistically, there's no, like, potential for him for one of the main characters. Kristoff and Anna, the whole Frozen people, there's no reason for them to stay in, because their story is ended. There's no reason. But with Ursula, her story ended. I feel like Ursula just would have been another Zelina or Regina, where evil, and then they turn good. Would have just been another version of them, and I feel like we've already had enough of them in this damn show. Ariel, she's annoying as hell, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna cap. You can go above Elsa, though. Liam, self-righteous douchebag, you can also go here. I did not like Liam, was such an annoying character. Tink! I hate a lot of these characters now. Where do you want to go, Tinkerbell? You can go above. Yeah. Yes. And yes. You can go there. You're second to Belle. Roland, he was a child. He was literally not used enough, okay? Like, what the hell? Peter Pan! He's good for the plot. Wasn't really a good character, though. Robin! Oh, bro, This is where we have some controversy. I'm joking. We're gonna put you above the Evil Queen. I liked Robin as a character. He was a sick. I liked him. Okay. Marion. She was not used enough. She was not really even Marion. She was Zelina. Sheriff of Nottingham was not used enough. You were in like 3 or 4 fucking episodes. Alice. Is this the actual Alice? Yeah, no clue. You obviously were not used enough. Oh, that's Tamara. You not used enough. Tamara, you were one plot and you were a shitty character who wanted to get rid of magic. I did not like either of those plots, but I'll put you in here because, yeah. Johanna. Like, what is this, bro? Come on now. Then we got, who's this? Fear. Bro, she wasn't even used. She was one vision for Rumple, and then Rumple killed her. Those are the 2 things I remember her being from. Those are the only 2 shits she was ever in. Do not act like, oh my god, she was in so much of the show. She was in 2 episodes. And she was like 2... What's the combined screen time? Probably like 3-4 minutes. Like, shut up. Jack. Terrible. You were not used enough. Greg, again, I hated Dreaded tomorrow. That shit pissed. You know what? You're going to get terrible now. Obviously, you're not as bad as Snow White. Come on now. Where are you, Tamara? You two are just annoying ass characters. Like, no cap. Where's Tamara? You can't escape me, Tamara. You can't escape me. Y'all are like trash ass characters. Y'all are some trash ass characters. I'm not. Okay, Bellfire is on this. I was like, hey, is Bellfire on this list? Tiny, he was actually enjoyable. You know what? I'll put him here. He just kind of disappeared after a while. Let's put you ahead of Gaston. I think that's good too for you. And behind Graham. Oh. Yeah, Tiny just wasn't used enough, man. I don't know what else to say about it. Smee. Side ass character, bro. Side ass character. You are going in. No. Do not. You are a side ass character. You get to go here. Actually, yeah. Yeah, that's good too for you. Mila. I hated her, but I'll put her meh for good faith. She was okay in the underworld. I really liked it when Hook killed her. There's something about Hook killing her that's one of the crocodile is probably my favorite episode. My favorite episode is probably the crocodile. It's prime Rumple. I really do like the first one with Belle as well. That one is really good because it's like prime Rumple. So yeah, this is like you should you go Stilskin. Hook. Okay, we already know where you're going. You were a sick character. He calmed my nerves occasionally when he would like yell at mofos. Yeah. Yeah, you're above the author, I would say. I'm gonna move her down to like here. Hook got on my nerves a couple times. When he would get angry for no reason. When he was the dark one, he was sick for a while. When he battled Rumble, when he's like, "We shall face on the dark," did he? That was sick. That was funny. But yeah, dude. Actually, I don't think there's gonna be another goat. That's actually crazy. The only goat, in my opinion, is Rumble. I want to post this on the Once Upon a Time subreddit, and I want to see because I don't think people are gonna agree with my list, especially with the whole Regina stuff. I don't think people are gonna agree with my list. I think Rumple is definitely agreeable, but yeah, Hades. Oh no, there's gonna be so much disagreements. Cyrus, no fucking clue. Lancelot was not used enough. Mulan. Oh, I feel bad, bro. Mulan could have been a sick character, but she was just underused. But I will put you behind. She also kind of pissed me off in a couple. Not pissed me off. She annoyed me. Aura, you pissed me off. You definitely pissed me off. Where's meh? You're not quite Jasmine level of pissing me off, but you know. Cora, she was okay. I'm not gonna lie. She was good. She's like bottom of good. Cora was annoying. She was just like, I guess she was just an eviler Regina, essentially. And I would argue Regina was eviler. She was just, I don't know. She's like Zelina and Regina mixed, which, I mean, that's their mother, so. She's like, the perfect way, she's like a lesser Rumple. She's like above, in order of evilness, she's above these two, but below Rumple. So she's like in the middle. So on a list, it'd be like Rumple's the top, Cora, Regina, and Selena. That's how it would go. So yeah. Daniel, he was not used enough, realistically. He's also a boring ass character. Oh, bro, this guy pissed me off, and I feel like he pushed everybody off. So yeah. Did you piss me off more than Liam? Did you piss me off more than Liam? That's the main question. No. Liam pissed me off a lot. I'm gonna move Liam down to here. Oh, bro, I hate all these characters. I just Ariel dirty, man. She is not there. She's at least there. I'm so sorry, Ariel. I did not realize I did you that dirty. Gretel, not used. Hansel, not used. The blind witch was a witch. She's meh. Where am I gonna put you? I'll put you there. Bellfire. I liked them. I liked Bellfire. I'll put you here. I don't think you're quite great, though. You ain't like these mofos. You ain't these mofos. You are better than you. I think I might move the author down, actually. Yeah, that's a good tier. Jafar! Both Jafars? Okay, I guess I'll put you. I'm just rating this on the original series because I didn't watch the others, so I'll put you there. And then we got Nyx, and I've never watched Once Upon a. So yeah, this is a good tier. I like this tier list. You know what? I'm not gonna edit this video, guys. I don't think I'm gonna edit this video because I did a video spelling mistake at the beginning, but I don't really care. This is one of the only videos I'm not editing because I don't feel like it. And I feel like if I'm like I'm gonna edit this, I'm just never gonna post it. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna edit this video. So yeah, this video is not getting edited at all. This is just my you're gonna see me hurt my leg as well. Oh my god, so much shit you guys are gonna see in this video, including me going to the OBS stuff. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching this video. This is my official rating of it. Rumple was the only goat. Rumple was the only goat, and I feel like that's true, man. Rumple is the only goated character in this show. So the other ideas I have for this is Once Upon a Time characters. So plot lines. So I'll do a tier list, but on like Once Upon a Time plots or / seasons. Why Snow is the worst character, and then I set my top 10 characters on one. I have 4 Once Upon a Time videos. So thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll post this on the Reddit. And you know what? If it gets enough reactions, I will post what the Reddit says on video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye.